Hello, this is The Way of Fairness. My name is Stephen Childs, and we're going to be establishing a religion called the Church of Fairness. And I'm hopeful that it will get more people interested in the World Fairness Agreement and in the spirituality of fairness. There's a lot of people that are interested in awakening, non-duality, various religions. There's people interested in Christ, in Allah, in Yahweh, and then there's all the Indian religions. I'm very interested in Shivaism, and there's some interesting mythology that's available in the Hindu religion. Buddhism is great because I agree with that everything is fundamentally not anything, like in the Heart Sutra, so that which is not anything at all is what this is. And this is that which is not anything at all. That's in the Heart Sutra. And when there's not anything at all, there's no deception. So that's like an infallible way to defeat evil, by having nothing at all. So there's no evil because there's not anything at all. And what I've realized is spiritual practice, religions that we have now, are not working. The religions are based on tribal warfare, because we all had our tribal god that was a war god, and it was about asking for victory over the other tribe. It's like praying for your football team to win, you know? And that's where we come from. And now we're in a time period that's post Black Elk, the medicine man, Oglala Sioux. We're past the time when he had his great vision that all the tribes become one tribe. And it hasn't happened yet, but it's starting to happen. And who knows how much longer it takes, but that's what the World Fairness Agreement is for. And people have compared me with Marx. Karl Marx is the revolutionary thinker Marxism came from, and he realized there was unfairness from the wealthy people being unfair to the poor people. But that's not the whole of it. It's unfairness anywhere, any kind. And you can only go so far in the time period that you're in, because he was opposed by religions, and it's like Nietzsche. He couldn't say too much because religions were in power. And the religions are, the dominant religion is nowhere particular, because we have the internet. We have all people mixed. We have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Jews, we have Hindus, we have Native Americans, and we have atheists, and we have all that right here together in America. So it's different. In Europe, where Marx was, it was all homogenous Christianity, versus there was some atheism like him. And so my point being that he couldn't have done back then what we can do now. He didn't have the internet to unite everybody. And so he didn't go far enough with his understanding that it's unfairness anywhere. So when you have a spiritual practice and you don't stop unfairness in your own self and also in the world, this is where the Church of Fairness is radically different than any religion so far that I know of, because it wants to unite everything into the same thinking that fairness is the answer, and unfairness has to stop. So I have to be fair to everybody. I can't do other people wrong with thoughts, judgmental, disrespectful thoughts. I have to stop that. So that's my spiritual practice, is to not do anyone wrong in thought or in action, and to be friendly and helpful and kind to everyone. Like the idea that it rains the same for everybody, whether you're good or evil. And in India, they talk of it as the sun. The sun shines on everybody equally. So I agree with that. And so it's a struggle because people are disrespecting me or whatever, and I don't respond. In the past, I would try to stop them, and it's a mistake. I finally have thoroughly realized that. I would get angry. I would say something to try to stop them. They just fight harder. So the last few weeks, I've realized, and I have previous videos about this, how have faith in fairness as being the all-powerful agent. Faith in fairness is an action. It's a choice to think in a certain way. To have faith in fairness, that has all power. And that's a choice, to think of it as being all-powerful. So this is faith-based. I don't have evidence that it's all-powerful, but it's a belief that you choose to think is true, or hope is true, or act as if it's true. So you're basing your response to unfairness with this idea that their unfairness is going to bring about their punishment. They will learn a lesson from being unfair to you, and you should not take action because it backfires. It turns against you. That's the only reason, because it doesn't work. It's like Buddha said, we're not punished for our anger, we're punished by our anger. So we're not punished for responding against people, fighting back. We're punished by fighting back. And so when you can get enough faith, enough trust that this karmic activity is going to work, and we're going to make karma work again. It's like it wasn't working because people didn't believe that fairness was all powerful. So by believing that fairness is all powerful, karma will work. And karma will straighten out anybody that's doing wrong anywhere. And if we get all the people united that we don't want any unfairness, when we see unfairness going on, we're just shaking our head like, I don't want to be a part of that. That's not fair. They're not being fair. And people will stop joining into that. So we're so much a group of humans that form in alliances, like Nietzsche said. We form in alliances really quickly wherever we go. And we don't even have to know the people. We form an alliance on new jobs, and we've never met anyone. That happens really fast. And as more and more people become fairness conscious, and we're against unfairness, not by any action, just by principle. Unfairness should not be done to anyone. And so that's a new mindset. That's a new paradigm that has not been spoken by a large group of people before. It's not been a thing. Now it's a thing because of the Church of Fairness. And so the spirituality of fairness is, we're not going to have the second coming of Jesus without the Church of Fairness making the world fair. He wouldn't come back to it. It's too unfair, right? They'd kill him again. So I don't know if there really is a Jesus or a God of any kind. I'm atheist. So what I do have is an experience of being given vision about the future. And I've been very much gifted or cursed with telepathic ability. And with that goes the possibility from being tormented by other minds that you can't see where it's coming from. So I have a lot of that going on. And recently, the opposition has been extreme against me. And the victory that I've achieved by not fighting back, by being helpful to everyone, it's astounding. And so their opposition quickly changes because they see they don't need to oppose me. I think it's like a test. They're seeing if they can get me to get angry or hurt or give up or something. And it's like I'm seeing it in a different way now. It's more like that's just that old common opposition that I'm so used to, and I don't take it serious, and I just keep working the practice of fairness and being fair to everyone and kind to everyone, helpful to everyone, of service to everyone. And I use thoughts that I create on purpose in my mind, like thinking about the other people, the traffic in the road and so forth. And I'm thinking, are you guys doing okay? Is there anybody crowding you? Are they driving okay for you? And is anybody disrespecting you? And are they being fair to you? That kind of thing. So I fill my mind without those kind of thoughts, rather than being angry at the traffic or there's too much traffic. I can think of problems really easily, and I can also think of the solution really easily. And I'm very grateful. It's working. The reason there's so much emotion here, we've been harmed so much from unfairness. And when you see the light coming toward you, that the unfairness is going to stop to you, this is what happens sometimes. You're filled with emotion, like, wow, they're not going to beat up on me with unfairness anymore. There's hope. There really is. So thanks for listening to me. I care about everyone. And whenever I catch myself being unfair, I do the Ho'oponopono, but I add that I'm not going to do it anymore. So the way that I was told it, the way I learned it was that you say, I'm sorry because I've done something unfair, I've done something wrong, with thoughts or attitude or whatever. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I'm thanking you for forgiving me. I love you. And then I add, I won't do it anymore. And then we keep messing up because we're human, right? So we keep doing it again. Day by day, we keep struggling to not have any unfair thinking going on. And it's really helping me dramatically. And I'm hoping it helps you too. Have a great day.